name's Jamie Lee, and today I'll be doing a review of the movie Saltburn, streaming on Prime Video. I would be lying to you if I didn't tell you that the whole reason that I watched this movie was purely for the bathtub scene that it seemed like the whole of the internet was talking about. So I caved in, which is something I don't normally do, and I watched it. The movie, not just the bathtub scene. It was different. It was disturbing, but I actually really liked it. In the middle act of the movie, it really started to pick up with the thrill of things like, why is this happening? What does this person want? What is going to happen next? And I really enjoyed the blunt ending. I enjoyed how the movie was summarized, and pretty much everything that the movie showed you in the first two acts of it, it just flipped in that last maybe 10 minutes of the movie. So I really enjoyed the ride that we got to get to the end. And then the end for me was just, I just wanted to clap. I don't know why. I was like, that was really, really clever. In saying that though, I can completely understand that this movie is not for everyone. There were scenes in this that were downright disgusting, disturbing, twisted, things that I personally don't think we needed to see in its entirety. We could have got the gist of it like a little bit shorter. We got that it was twisted, we got where it was going, but unfortunately we had to sit through it all, and I never want to do that again because it was really disgusting. But if you can look past those things, the movie itself was really thrilling. I enjoyed the ride. As I said, I really loved the ending. The performances in it were brilliant. It's super controversial. It's one that you're either going to love or you're going to hate. And I really liked it. I thought it was really good despite the disgusting things that were in it. So at the start of this movie, we are introduced to Oliver. He is this new kid at university. He's shy but intelligent. He's somebody that you just want to nurture. You look at him and you feel pity. He doesn't come from a wealthy family. He doesn't have many friends. He's very intelligent but very reserved. He doesn't have much money. He comes from a broken family. His mum's an addict and his dad ends up passing away. So you feel for this kid. And he takes an interest in Felix, who is the popular kid on campus. He is wealthy. All the girls love him. Hell, all the guys love him as well. He has a fun social life. He has a fun family dynamic. Everything is handed to him for his wealth. He literally doesn't need to do anything because of who he is. His family owned the Saltburn estate, and basically he is everything that Oliver is not. The two happen to cross paths, and Oliver helps Felix with something, and Felix sees that gratitude as warmth and something that he's not used to being around, because everyone around him is so fake and they're all trying to climb this social ladder or trying to do things for wealth and popularity, whereas it seemed like Oliver was just trying to help him genuinely. So he took an interest in Oliver just as much as Oliver became infatuated with Felix as well. When Oliver's father died, Felix invited him to stay with him and his family at the Saltburn estate rather than return to his broken home. And it was there at Saltburn that we really got to see how different their lifestyles were and how far apart they really are as people. Although we're not shown Oliver's lifestyle, when he breaks it down to Felix, we really get an understanding, and he really paints this picture of how his life is living with an addict, and, you know, his lifestyle of growing up as an only child and trying to impress everybody by being intelligent and trying his best all the time. So he really paints a good picture to Felix, and of course us as the audience. Felix, on the other hand, we get to see his lifestyle. We experience it with him and with Oliver, where they live in this wealthy mansion. There's so many different rooms. It's like a Hogwarts house, you know what I'm saying? The breakfast is made for you exactly how you want it every morning. Everything that's broken gets fixed instantaneously. There's people who work there, work purely for you. Everything is handed to you. Everything is at your fingertips, where you literally don't need to do a thing. You just live. Which is probably why when we meet Felix's family, they are so out of touch with reality. They are stupid, they are pathetic, they are judgmental, they are fake, but they welcome Oliver into their estate and into their lifestyle. This is where the movie really starts to shift, where we get that one-on-one time with Oliver and Felix, and we get the scenes where Oliver is really becoming obsessed, infatuated and fixated on Felix, and almost in a sense of wanting to be Felix, not so much even in love with him, even though I truly believe he was in love with him, he was infatuated with him, but also I think in a sense he wanted to be that. He wanted to be him. So it was exploring that relationship where scenes became really disturbed, really disgusting, and honestly uncomfortable to watch at times. There are sexual scenes involving blood, There is a scene in the bathtub of somebody slurping. Oh, God, just hearing that word makes me cringe. Slurping up bodily fluid. And then there's an even more disturbing one than that, and that is at a grave site. And I'm not even going to go into that because I don't want to get banned from YouTube, just saying. But that one was okay, we get it. We don't need this. I don't know. Disturbing the dead is not something that I want to watch, just saying. But even though it's disturbing and it's disgusting, at the same time, it was really clever in the way that it showed the lengths that people would go to, not people, let me rephrase that, the lengths that mentally disturbed psychopaths would go to in order to get what they want and in order to remove all the obstacles that are in the way of them getting what they want. I thought that main message and that focus of the movie was more interesting than the disgusting scenes that we were forced into watching. I say forced, but nobody was holding me down and forcing me to watch this movie. I genuinely wanted to watch it, and honestly, I really did like it. So I probably should start to talk about the things that I liked, not just about the things that might turn you off. But it was a really beautiful movie in the sense of the way that it was shot. Like at first, the first maybe 20 minutes, I thought, oh, this definitely isn't for me. It's so artsy and it's so, quick shots of things so that you get a little bit of the picture, but you're not really learning much about these characters. Like you learn enough, but you don't really, there's not a lot of dialogue. You can't really get attached to these characters. And the point of that is because it is so mysterious. They want you to not be so attached to these characters until that middle act. So yeah, it was really beautiful the way that it was shot like that. And I don't normally watch things like that because I normally want to get invested in these characters early. But yeah, it was really beautiful to watch, specifically when we get shots by the lake and Felix is having an emotional moment with Oliver and they throw rocks into the lake of people who've passed away, like it's just a traditional thing. That scene there was really, really good. And there was so many like that were just really beautifully shot that it felt like you were there. It felt like you were in the moment with them. And I liked that. The performances in this movie were also brilliant. Felix was played by Jacob Elordi, and he was just captivating, not only to look at, because obviously we got them really sensual scenes where, they're trying to show how sexy he is and how appealing he is to Oliver, but also when you think about it, you think that he comes from this twisted, this pathetic and fake family, and yet he's being so kind and so nurturing to somebody underneath him. And yes, they did mention in the movie that he has had friends like that before and he used them as toys, but part of me thinks, was he using Oliver? Or just as much as Oliver wanted to be Felix, did Felix also want to be Oliver and just live a normal life like everybody else? I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it, but his character just gave off this sense of nurturing and a sense of innocence to him. Barry Keoghan played Oliver, and what a performance he gave. To give the illusion of being so shy and just wanting to fit in, to becoming this manipulative animal, like a complete catfish scenario. His performance was absolutely perfect in this. Rosamund Pike and Richard E. Grant played Felix's parents, and both of them played these really annoying characters that were so out of touch with reality, don't know what's happening with the world around them, and they're just so obsessed with themselves and their estate and what's happening in their wealthy little bubble. They gave off these one-liners, and it was just really easy because of their performances to not like these characters. Felix's sister, played by Alison Oliver, gave an absolutely incredible performance as well. I just wanted to see more of her on screen because her scenes were captivating. That scene with her in the bathtub where she is really giving it to Oliver's character, summarizing his personality to a T, and really characterizing what he has done and what he will do in this movie was absolutely perfect. The performance, the scene, I was on the edge of my seat just thinking, wow, she summarized everything. She wrapped up everything. What is going to happen now? It was really thrilling, and probably the highlight of the movie was that part, apart from the really blunt and rewarding ending. Such a good scene. As I said at the start of this, it's definitely not a movie for everybody, and I can totally see that it might be too disturbing and too uncomfortable for some people to watch, which is totally fine. It's very controversial in that sense, but looking past those disturbing scenes, I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was a really great thriller. From the middle act to the last, say, 10 minutes, I was on the edge of my seat thinking, what is happening? What is going on? And it really got you thinking about a lot of things. And then that final 10 minutes, it was just blunt, but it was rewarding. I just thought, wow, what a way to flip everything that we've been shown on its head. And yeah, it was just a really clever way to show how psychopaths and mentally deranged people can become obsessed with what they want, and that the lengths that they would go to do anything to just eliminate and remove anything in their way of getting what they want. So I thought it was a really clever way to do that in a movie, and I really liked it. Let me know in the comment section what you thought of this movie, because I have said it's really controversial. You either love it or you hate it. So if you have watched it, let me know what you thought of it in the comment section. And let me know if you're going to watch it or if I've turned you off it. Sorry about that. And if you're not already, please subscribe to my channel and then head on over to my gaming channel and give me a sub over there. And my links to all my socials are in the description box. So make sure you head over there and give me a follow on all of my socials as well. Alrighty, I'll see you in the next video. Have a good day. Bye.